All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into it. I just had the opportunity to watch the video and also hear the J.Cole and BAS song called Passport Bros. I'm going to get into how I feel about that in a minute, but there's a couple of things I want to share with you guys before we get into basically, my reaction, how I feel about the song and the video and all that stuff in a minute. Number one, a lot of people may be wondering, how in the world did I get introduced to this Passport Brethren style of movement, right? For me, it happened when I was a youngin'. Back when I was in 3rd grade, my dad's first duty station outside of the United States of America was Okinawa, Japan. Loved it there. I mean, the experience as a kid, the experience that I had as a kid kind of molded me into the idea that I knew that I would try to find my way to be abroad more so than being in the United States. That was just my energy even at that time. And a little side note, there was a young lady in my class, because of course when you go to school with all the military kids, you go to school with all the American kids, right? One girl in my class was Asian. She was Japanese. Or she might have been Japanese-American mixed. I don't know, but she was the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Motherfucker, I fell in love. And something told me that at that moment, I probably knew that I was probably going to be interracially dating. See who my wife is now, you already know. That was just me thinking back then, probably seeing myself in the future. That was probably who I'd be with. Anyways, neither here nor there, because again, Doc get it in where he gets it in, and there ain't no shade to nobody else, because it is what it is. But I find all women to be attractive. When you know, you know. Anywho, second thing I wanted to talk about. I am an avid J.Cole fan. If you know where J.Cole is from or the city that he represents, that's my city. That's where I was born. That's where I continue to live up until this present. That's where I'm from, right? I was born there. And ironically, my freshman year of high school was his senior year of high school. And for some reason, our high schools were crosstown rivals in basketball. And I did see this brother play once before. And it was crazy. And it's crazy how you see things come full circle. You see somebody in the city and then you see what they become. It's just crazy. Now, I'm not going to sit there and act like this man's my boy and shit. I wish he was. But that ain't what this is about. It's just the fact that I know him. So his music, it resonates with me. It resonates with a lot of people. And I just so happen to love this brother's music, and I think he's a pretty dope dude. Now to what the video is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, how I felt about the actual song. I was listening to the lyrics. I don't want to say that this is supposed to be the Passport Brethren anthem, because I was listening to the lyrics, and some of the lyrics, they was hitting and they was missing. Y'all should check out the video yourselves, and you should see how you guys feel about it. But when you hear the song, let's focus on the audio, not the visual. But when you hear the song, it gives you kind of a calm, soothing vibe. Like, it's like, yo, man, I'm overseas, I'm chilling, probably in some tropical island, vibing the fuck out, just having a great time somewhere in the Caribbean. I don't know. See, it seems like that's where, if I close my eyes, that's what I would picture myself in, right? A place like that, right? And to be honest, how that really translates into life in general as a person that chooses to live overseas or opts to live overseas, if that's your option, and that's what I would choose to do for myself, there is a peacefulness that comes with it. There's a peacefulness, there's a calmness that comes with it. And I genuinely fucking enjoy being overseas. And I think a lot of people who are, or who have ever experienced going overseas or living overseas for any period of time, they kind of feel the same way, right? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it's all about the ladies, is the ladies this, but I'm not dumb. The ladies do play a major, I won't say a major part, but they do play a minor role in why a lot of guys choose to live overseas. But there's a calming, soothing vibe about it. And you can sit there and say from the black perspective, overseas, you're just not on edge as much, right? You don't feel like you're a target all the time, or you don't feel like police is targeting you, or, whatever you want to say about your experiences as being black in the United States, the type of stuff that you'll experience overseas. It doesn't happen as often, or it happens few and far in between, if it happens at all. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say that you're not going to be profiled, or, oh my God, there's no racism that exists overseas. I'm not going to say anything like that, because I can't make that determination for somebody else, because it may not have happened to me. But who am I to discredit and or talk down about somebody who may have experienced certain things like that in their lives, right? And again, like I said, the Philippines, probably a handful of times I may have dealt with a situation like it, but it was nothing too dramatic and or serious, right? So that's what I'm thinking. When you hear the song, calm, cool vibes and shit like that, then you see the video. If you watch the video to me makes no fucking sense. I don't care. It don't make sense. And you know, going back to that statement where I said it's not all about the women when it comes to traveling overseas. Then you watch the video and you see guys on the bus with a whole bunch of girls dancing around and, of course, scantily clad clothes. And it kind of basically negates the entire point that I just made, right? But for me, I enjoy the fact, not so much that Passport Brethren, quote unquote, has a song now, or you want to call it an anthem. It's not so much about that, more so than it is the fact that there is recognition for the community. And again, I preface this by saying that I rock with the majority of the gentlemen who represent this particular movement. I don't necessarily see myself as a Passport Brethren to an extent, because I knew about going overseas before this became a thing for people to post about on social media. We kind of been doing that for a while now. Like I said, third grade, you know, it kind of hit me a long time ago. And then I came to the Philippines for the first time in 2005. And then in 2006, I lived there up until 2017. So yeah, it was something that we were exposed to far before this became a thing, which is why I can say, yeah, I fucks with a lot of the ideologies behind the movement. But then again, there's some things that a lot of guys do that I don't really rock with. And I think it comes as a result of me and the way that I found myself abroad, in the way that a lot of these guys are finding themselves abroad, right? But I say that, you know, it's the fact that the movement to an extent is getting recognition, right? And it's starting to seep into what I would like to call I won't call it the Hollywood phases or the Hollywood types or anything like that, but the music industry. We'll just say that it's starting to infiltrate the music industry. Now, a lot of guys in the music industry, I do believe, do travel, right? I do believe that they do travel, of course, for shows and stuff like that. But what I notice is, and this is where things get a little shifty and iffy, a lot of guys like to fly girls out from the United States to the overseas joint or wherever they're going. It's like bringing sand to the beach, if you ask me. But that's not what I could do. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you guys think about the song. If you heard the song, I encourage you to listen to it. If you don't listen to rap music or you don't care, keep it pushing. All right, this has been a good time, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, bro. Doc is out.